Hello everyone, this is another Star Wars Lego MOC. This is my New Republic tank, and this was made for the contest over on the channel of TJ the Brickwright. He's doing a contest to build a tank for the New Republic, and this is what I came up with. And my idea behind this, I'll kind of explain it as I take this thing for a little spin around. New Republic isn't super like overly militarized. They're trying to kind of cut back, so I figured and make a simple tank manned by one person, and we'll take a look at where the pilot sits in a little bit. But I wanted to make kind of a standard tank that could be changed and have different modules added to it. So this thing would be mass produced, and then different attachments, different modules can be added onto it to kind of equip it for whatever mission, battle it goes into. So this thing, it's in its standard mode right now. This heavy turret, with the two turrets on the side, this can spin around 360 degrees. This is the first chunk that I built. One of the stipulations for the contest is that it has to be able to be picked up by this one carrier ship that TJ the Brickwright built, and it has to have like these two Technic holes that can be stood up, so the ship can come in, swoop in, and pick it up or drop it off. So it gets picked up like this. Center of gravity isn't perfect, but it's still within the parameters of the contest here. So yeah, really main thing here is this turret swivels all the way around. When we swivel it around, we'll see kind of a sensor array there, just mainly some greebling details, but I figured it'd be good. It's good to have a sensor array. I want to put some antennas up here, but then that wouldn't allow the ship to be able to pick it up. So I lowered it and I kind of put it in between these two pronged areas to protect it a little bit. We see a pair of headlights up front, if we can get this to focus. Like the design, kind of the smooth area around it. Little bit of greebling underneath. Always a fun addition to Lego Star Wars MOCs. Going around the back, just kind of a lot of armor plating, nothing too crazy. This area, kind of like how it turned out. In the back, a little bit of greebling and then some kind of forward like thrusters. I figure this thing is on like repulsor lift, so it kind of hovers around, and these light engines kind of just slowly push it forward. This isn't a fast moving thing. It is a tank after all. We'll take a look at the interior of this part of the tank. Our pilot here is wearing kind of like a modified flight suit, so we can pilot the tank with it. Then in here, pretty simple. Some controls, kind of a cushy seat, pair of binoculars, or quad knocks, whatever they're called in Star Wars, as well as a sidearm right here. Some extra emergency rations in the back in case, should he need it. And this simply, that front will close up like that, and this is angled, so you kind of gotta finagle the angle a little bit there, but just closes up like so. Some more details that I included. I like to have little storage compartments in most of my builds, so in each of these kind of 4 quadrants here, we have some storage containers that can be removed and kind of fill them with anything you want. I think I just got some weapons in here. Got a stack of thermal detonators, as well as a couple pistols. I think the rest have pretty much more of the same. Just some extra weapons that this guy can bring to fellow soldiers. Put these all back. So I mentioned that this is kind of like a multi-role tank. This is its standard form, and it can have different modules that can be attached. You may notice these very obviously large gaps right here, and that's not too clean on the sides there, but I had to leave space enough for little modules to plug in. So first off, it might need to transport a few people. So we can add these modules, and they just clip on like so. And now we have a tank carrying 6 different soldiers. Kind of had a scrounge for the minifigures. Don't have a ton of New Republic soldiers, but this is what I got. So it's kind of an open air design. The 3 can just hop in, hop out. It's mainly for transporting them to the battlefield. So we got the 1 pilot in here, sitting in his spot, and he'll pilot it and steer the turret, or aim the turret and shoot. And then we got these additional 6 soldiers here. And these modules here, pretty easy. They just they pop in and they can just stud right back in. Nothing too fancy. I was, if the tank was a lot taller, I could have it all covered up, but it wasn't really a possibility at this exact scale that I was going for. And the design of these, pretty simple. Few seats, and then just spots for them to all go in. I kind of like wanted a little design, kind of like a castle or something they could sit behind. So we'll take these off and we'll look at a different option, and that is some rocket artillery. So we'll pop these on this side. We'll pop these guys on this side. Now we have a totally different look here. So with this, there's an addition of 16 artillery rockets added to the armament of this tank. This tank would be equipped for these if it needed this weaponry in a certain battle. It's headed towards. And I could have made probably a lot more modules. I almost did a cargo module, but I figured there's like 4 different cargo spots already. So I decided to come up just with the 2, the extra weapons as well as the personnel transport modules. I should say that this turret can't turn completely with either of the modules. You could raise it up probably, and these go down a little bit, but maybe I should have done a little more work to fix that problem, but it's not that big of a deal. And there's nothing to say that you can't just have one of one and one of the other modules. So you can see its true ability to have a multi-role capacity. So now we have rockets on one side and personnel transport on the other. And that's kind of a unique look, kind of a cool look. Not as symmetric as the others, but still kind of worth looking at. And then, so I figured it'd be produced in this form, just its standard form. They can have, the rockets or the personnel added, and depending on what kind of battle it goes into. So once again, TJ the Brickwright is hosting these awesome contests. If you haven't seen his channel, go check it out. It's pretty much why this whole channel exists. And yeah, this was a fun one to build. It kind of, when he announced the contest, I had what I thought was a good idea and tried it out, working on it for a week or so, and just didn't really pan out. So honestly, I just built these guns, and it was in a different form. Like these 2 were kind of like stuck together, and I had a different turret already. And then I was trying to address this thing, how it has to come up and all that. So I decided it'd be best to separate them out so this this guy could come up in the middle of it. And so I kind of built this whole chunk. I knew I wanted to swivel on something and added this as the base. It's really fun, building the different modules for this. And yeah, until next time, have a good one.